Alan Rails, ladies and gentlemen. After his parents' tragic death in a railroad accident, he gained the power to summon ghost trains. It's not all bad, though. They scared having to see their grown son wear a whistle. God damn! Thanks, noob. This guy gets it.
This is insane, you guys.
Yo, this is sexy, man.
Broadcasting live from the internet, it's Tuesday night, and this is the PanelsOnPages.com podcast with your host, Lee Rodriguez.
At the end of the day, babies are terrible people, and I'm not sorry for saying it.
Jason Knize.
Motherfucker, I won best costume!
Jose Guzman.
Yeah, I know nothing about Firestorm, except for his hat's always burning.
And Kelly Harris.
Boy, love, it appears we got a penis in the mail.
I glued my fucking eyes shut!
I just want to see all these Yelp reviews of Jose's jizz.
Oh, sorry, I knocked over the salt.
Like you had anything better to do.
Hey! What's going on, everybody? Today is Tuesday. It's August 22nd, 2017. This is episode number 390 of PanelsOnPages.com podcast. Find all those back issues at pcn.panelsonpages.com and the most recent batch at youtube.com/panelsonpages. Going fucking multi-channels, multi-platform and shit. I'm your host, the Lord Reverend Lee Rodriguez, and joining me tonight, I've got Mr. Jason Knize.
Eerie, viscous, acidic liquid.
Ew. Jose Guzman.
I bring up the secrets of Orlando's past, and then they shut our website down. Coincidence? I don't know.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And Kelly Harris.
I got no takes.
Oh.
No Eclipse jokes.
I didn't even see it. I didn't care.
Me
Who
neither.
cares about? It's the fucking sun and moon. They're out every goddamn day. Who cares?
But they
Like,
kissed.
what?
They kissed.
What's the
Kelly.
big deal?
They kissed.
And you know what? It was fucking cloudy, so you couldn't see shit anyways
Yeah,
here.
it was-
All those people bought all those glasses just to stare at nothing.
I could hear.
Suckers.
I could hear the rain outside when the eclipse was supposed to happen. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just keep working. Fuck it. You were wrong, Kelly. You do have takes.
It's true. I do.
It's good. I'm just trying to get to the goddamn page to look at the chat in case anybody's listening. But YouTube thinks I'm trying to log in as Panels on Pages, not as fucking me. God damn it.
Yeah, move things around a little bit. So let me know if you're still having problems, and I'll get you there.
No, we're getting there. It's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. That's the point. That's the end of the story. Is that it's going to be okay.
Yeah, so to explain why we're a little late getting started, Jose's got a bug up his ass to do some cool shit with the YouTube page, and he couldn't access it at all, so I had to go in there and figure out why he couldn't access it. And while I was figuring that out, it's always bugged me that whenever I click on my profile on YouTube, I've got all these YouTube pages that I'm a manager of, which I probably shouldn't be a manager of anymore. I could pull a Rick Marshall and delete all their shit. But there's always been our PanelsOnPages.com YouTube page, which has our over 1,000 subscribers, all of our awesome videos, all of our awesome views, and then a PanelsOnPages.com YouTube page, which is nothing. Which I think is because of Google Plus. So,
it's gotta be. I've seen that before too, like forever, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
So there's always been these two PoP accounts.
Well, is it the population YouTube account?
No. It was two PanelsOnPages.com YouTube accounts, same icon. One had 0 followers, 0 videos, 0 nothing. So I was able to get rid of that one, so that we just have the one. And then I was able to make you a manager, so on and so forth. And then for some reason that affected how XSplit connected to it. So that's why I was having a problem with getting the broadcast started tonight. But we figured it out.
That's what.
Yeah.
That's right. Pulling it back.
We had some hot takes before the show even started tonight, y'all.
We did.
It's true.
I was going on some hot takes, and then it got real quiet. And I'm like, oh shit, did I go too far? But the caller drops. It's okay.
That's also why I brought that one up off air.
I'm like, did I lose all of them at the same time? I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Nah, but
I'm the fucking pop cast all right all of a sudden.
Jose, you don't want to reiterate that story on air?
no, that's not for everybody.
No, let's leave that one to off the air.
But essentially what I was saying was, I don't know so much about using the word twat unless you've got a British accent, and then it went into my comments about how I realized recently that I don't really want to call anyone a cocksucker in a negative tone anymore, because if you will put your mouth on a penis, you're a goddamn saint. So
That's true.
Yep.
Doing the Lord's work.
we gotta change the way we talk, the way we think, to help our brothers and sisters and non-binaries.
Unless they're twats.
Cocksuckers.
Yeah, unless they're twats cocksuckers. Concessions have to be made, of course. Unless they're those. Let's see. What the fuck's going on? Let's see. I did go out and see the eclipse after fucking great no-selling it for forever. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'll go check it out. It's kind of neat. You know, look at little magic goggles and checked it out. It's cool.
Magic goggles. They had eclipse glasses at AwesomeCon because they had a NASA booth there. But when we were there, I did not realize they were eclipse glasses, or else I would have grabbed some.
Right? Yeah, I got some of my eye doctors, and I went to go get my fucking new frames finally.
Oh, I saw that you didn't like your new frames.
The frames are fine. It's the glasses that are the problem. I think I need to get used to them, I think.
The lenses?
Did you get bifocals?
I mean, no, but sort of, I guess. Like the chick when she's the doctor didn't explain it to me. It was a chick that was, filling out my order forms. Like, yeah, they got you the what's her fuck for lenses, and let me put these things on the frames on. I'm gonna mark on the lens where your pupil is. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? What?
Why?
Yeah, because these glasses, they're not bifocals, but they're gonna, depending on where you look through them, shit's different.
Uh-oh, we lost Lee again.
Oh no, hopefully he's not telling the story.
These sticks are too hot.
Oh god, I hate hot glasses takes.
I'm telling you, you start talking about a city's secrets, they start shutting you down.
What
They got to
secrets?
shut
What
Lee down.
secrets?
Lee's the goddamn only prom king of the city.
The giant
That's true.
chair. The giant chair conspiracy.
They got him.
Oh, man. I have a feeling maybe he got a hold of eyeglass technology that was too far advanced for him.
Oh shit.
So, maybe they put a dot on the lens where his pupil was, so that he could see X-ray vision, like he could see through clothes or something, or maybe he could
through 4D glasses.
yeah, or maybe he could see the future, like he could Minority Report it.
We
Right.
got some adverse weather here, so
It's all right. It's all right. We vamped it. You're back. You
He
sound
puts the
good.
glasses on, and it's like They Live,
Yes.
but it only reveals the true twats and cocksuckers.
that'd be amazing.
So yeah, we were speculating as to how your new glasses work, what makes them so special, and why they would kick you off the air because you're revealing your new eyeglass technology.
Yeah, it's just the way, I don't know, if you look at them, that is, when you're looking down reading on them, it makes it different when you're reading. Again, that's a lot like a fucking bifocal, but not necessarily.
Man, you old as fuck.
Trifocal.
So I don't know. It's like, if I'm not looking to the same place all the time, or I don't know. It's just, I had a headache for 3 fucking days.
So you're just adjusting to the new
That's it.
lenses.
Yeah, and I haven't gotten new frames in 3 years, the new glasses in 3 years. So I think this is normal. I just got to get used to it. It's fine.
Sure.
Yeah. Your prescription may have changed, but you're just so used to it.
And especially since you didn't realize how many cocksuckers were around.
So many. So many. Okay, what else? Caught out to see Atomic Blonde last week.
What'd you think?
I fucking dug it.
Good
I liked it a
time.
lot.
It's a good movie.
I liked it a lot. That was really cool. I thought the music was cool. Like, I didn't expect it to look so goddamn good. Like, just the composition was great.
Yeah.
The lighting, like, it looked fucking cool.
Yeah, it was fucking great. And is she not a straight badass? Like, you believed it.
Yeah, no, she was great. Yeah,
Oh.
and that sequence that starts in the staircase and ends out on the street, like,
Yeah.
So-
Oh, it's so cool.
so good. But I went to they converted the AMC theater in Franklin, Tennessee, to one of those fancy AMC dine-ins.
Nice.
And so, like, I had never done that before, and none of us had that. I mean, the guys from work had never done that before, so we all went and check it out. And like, it was everything I hoped it. I was expecting it to be, like, good and bad, because didn't mind the assigned seating. That's fine. The recliner thing is dope, cool. But they brought me food during the movie.
Right.
Like, during the movie. And I got a Cobb salad, so I was sitting there trying to eat a salad with a fork in the fucking dark.
And that's one of the worst things too, is eating with a fork, is you just hear the clanging of the fork the entire movie.
Yeah, and there's a bit in the movie where Charlize Theron bangs a chick that played the mummy
Yes.
in the Mummy.
That's pretty
Oh,
sweet.
she was the mummy, huh? She was
Yeah.
also the chick with the
Kingsman.
razor blade legs from
Yeah.
Kingsman.
And so and it sounds like a bit, it sounds like a joke, but I swear to God, it's not. The music's so loud, like, and it's really cool, and it's very intense, whatever, and smash cut to like the wide shot in the bed, like they're all done fucking, and I just hear, "You guys need anybody else to drink?" Like, God damn it! Like,
Yeah.
the worst timing.
Mary and I went to the dine-in theater for the first time to see Frozen, and you're already dealing with kids, so you're not getting super distracted, and there's a lot of musical numbers, so you don't have to have full focus attention on the movie the whole time. Then we saw Guardians for the second time at the dine-in theater, so we had already seen it, so it kind of, we didn't have to have full attention, but definitely you want to order as soon as you sit down, and get there early. Order as soon as you sit down, so you're getting your food during or before the trailers.
Yeah, but that doesn't. Nobody else is fucking doing it. They're the ones fucking your shit up.
Well,
Because they still got to talk to everyone else. Like, they didn't ask.
but he was mad that the food came during the movie.
Yeah, it was multiple things for sure. Like,
And
it's,
then they have the little button where you can call.
yeah,
like, I just
yeah.
want-
So
I just want a
there are things
refill.
that I can do to mitigate the fuckery next time for sure.
I just wanted a refill this one time, so I hit the button, and I'm waiting for somebody to show up, and nobody's showing up. So instead of watching the movie, I'm thinking about where's my fucking refill. Yeah, we haven't done it.
It's cool, but I would never go so far as say that it's like my preferred way to watch a movie. By stretch of the imagination,
It's different. It is a different way. We have a local theater here called the Enzian that shows mostly independent films, and it's a dine-in theater. But it was before the whole it's
Orgasmo.
it's tables and chairs, and they have some couches here and there. It's a definite art house experience.
all right. That's kind of cool.
So the eating during the movie, eating a meal during the movie wasn't a completely alien experience to me. But I see where you're coming from, man. I get it.
It was cool though. I don't hate it. It was neat.
I like the recliners.
fuck else?
I don't want to deal with that jibber jabber mumbo jumbo.
Yeah, I don't know that I'll do it again. It was fine, but I don't know that I'll do it again. But I see what else.
But you got to kind of got to give those theaters credits for the whole reserved seating thing.
Yeah, they're doing a thing. I mean, they're trying to get people to go. Like, you can go there for like your entire fucking date could be that if you wanted to. Food, movie.
Right. Yeah.
And, like,
totally.
The food is no more expensive than it would be like at a Fridays or something.
Yeah, I mean it's a
Yeah.
little bit more, especially like at Disney. It's $15-$16 for a sandwich, but it's to be expected. One time, Mary and I were trying to make plans to go see a movie, and we were talking about seeing it at the dine-in theater, and she's like, "Oh yeah, $16 a head. That's not too bad." And I was like, "Dear, that doesn't include the food." It fucking should. It should be like $20 flat. You can order whatever you want. Entree,
Yeah,
appetizer, dessert.
Or have like levels.
Yeah.
They're 20, 30, 40, and they're like you have your menu to pick from.
Speaking of,
That'd be cool.
did you have more to comment on Atomic Blonde there, Lee?
Atomic Blonde, no, I'm good.
Okay, so Mary and I were talking about Atomic Blonde this weekend because I don't know if you guys have heard of this MoviePass thing at all. It's kind of making the news lately.
Yeah, I heard about this. Yeah.
So I guess it started out as a $50 a month service where you could pay $50 and then you could go to a movie every day for that month. So still a decent deal, but it's harder to get your money's worth at $50. And since they've dropped their prices down to $10 a month,
That's fucking crazy.
a movie a day for an entire month. Now, we researched it a little bit. It's kind of a convoluted system. You set up your account, you pay your $10 a month, and they send you a MoviePass debit card. And apparently, you can't get your tickets online, you can't reserve seats, and like you have to be within 100 yards of the movie theater to then bring up the movie on the app, select which movie you want to see, and then it will deposit the full amount of the ticket price onto your MoviePass debit card, and then you can buy the tickets at the theater.
What?
So it's a little ass backwards, but still $10 a month for a movie a day for an entire month. So we were talking, it would be cool because we could see movies like Atomic Blonde. We could see movies like The Big Sick or Girls Trip if we wanted to. We could see movies that we're iffy on because it's so cheap, it's so affordable, instead of just, seeing the Marvel movies, the DC movies, and a Star Wars movie every year and waiting for everything else to hit Netflix. So the question is, how do these fuckers make money? Because the movie theaters are still getting paid full price for the tickets. Because they're depositing that full ticket amount onto your debit card.
I guess they are, yeah.
They just got bought by two companies that are data mining companies. So this whole thing is just a ruse for data mining. Well, it's not super cloak and dagger, but that's where they're looking to make their money eventually, is selling the data on people's movie habits, what they like to see, when they like to see it, where they like to see it, how old they are.
That makes sense.
Shit like that. And the theaters, AMC in particular, is super against it, even though their MoviePass is usable at AMC currently. AMC is super against it because when and if it does fail, it will have trained consumers to want to pay only $10 a month for a movie a day for an entire month, and that's not a pricing model that can survive. And you know what I say to that?
It's the new fucking record industry.
I say, fuck you, movie theaters. You need to adapt. You guys are experiencing one of the worst summers as far as box office goes in years. So maybe you need to change things up a little bit. Maybe you will get more people into the theaters, buying more concessions, maybe bringing someone who doesn't have a movie pass that'll pay full price, and put a few more commercials in front of the movie.
But you also stop making bullshit.
Stop making bullshit. But with a movie pass, more people will see more bullshit because
if it was free,
you're not. It's not a gamble.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the answer is somewhere in the middle for sure.
Right.
Like the theater by me, and even some weird shit where it used to be the movies would be gradually it stepped up, of course, but it was $9, it was $9.50, it was $10, whatever. But always clean, like the last time I went to see a movie, it was like $12.35, and I'm like, the fuck is this? Like $12 or $12.50? What is the $12.35 bullshit? I'm just
well, it's
they
probably
raised the price on the holidays.
Probably because $12.35 and they add tax to it, it probably equals $13 exactly, or something like that.
Maybe.
I've seen that happen before. Yeah, like I won't go to a movie that is more than $6 at this point. That's one of the reasons I haven't seen Dunkirk is because I don't want to drop that $20 a ticket. I go either early Saturday, early Sunday mornings, or Tuesday afternoon.
And here's the thing.
Unless it's fucking Star Wars or Guardians of the Galaxy on opening night.
Yeah, I love Dunkirk, but I don't know if it's a $20 movie.
Not even full on IMAX?
I liked it. I really liked it.
Not even full on IMAX, the way it was shot.
You don't have that $20 walkout. I don't know.
But IMAX, man, seeing it in the real IMAX, I'm so intrigued by that IMAX technology, and I've always been blown away by it. The only time I've only really had a problem with IMAX is in Dark Knight Rises when they kept switching aspect ratios back and forth like every other scene. But other than that, I feel like I've gotten my money's worth when it comes to IMAX. But it's not Batman. It's Dunkirk. Right?
Exactly. It's good. Dunkirk is good. But, I mean, it's not $20 Batman good. It's no Joker.
Well, that's another thing, too, with the MoviePass, is it does not include IMAX or 3D. You have to pay the upcharge for that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, there's that.
So then what's the upcharge then?
Whatever.
What are they considering these prices set at?
I don't know where they get their numbers, but I'm assuming they would look at what a normal ticket price is for that same movie at that same theater compared to what an upcharge is. So they would put
plus $4 or some shit.
They would put the normal amount for a showing in your debit card. It's really a convoluted system, but I feel like it's worth giving a shot at least for a month.
I don't like the idea of this weird debit card.
It's weird. It's really weird. So that's why I'm saying I feel like it's worth a shot for at least a month, and if it's a complete pain in the ass to buy tickets, then, cancel it. But they said that they're going to at least keep this pricing structure for an entire year. So
That's
get it while the getting's good is my point.
And that's what they're saying about your information.
Saying.
Well, I mean, who doesn't have my information at this point?
Fucking everybody's got your shit.
Yeah,
man.
everybody's got my shit.
You can't even buy fucking macaroni and cheese without somebody saying I got you.
Amazon's got my shit. Facebook's got my shit. Twitter's got my shit. Fucking
If
everybody's got my shit.
Whether everyone has your shit. Check eBay for anything, and then go to Facebook 20 minutes later.
Yeah. Or go to any online retailer and then go to Facebook.
They're like, oh, B&H? You want some of this?
So, yeah, exactly.
Back off, Facebook.
The benefit to MoviePass having my information is that hopefully in the future, them learning my movie habits will create better experiences for me in particular. Use that information. Sure, please. Why not?
See ya. Fucking
We'll be banging robots soon. Coming, folks.
That's the next obvious solution. Next obvious step of the evolution.
All right, we've got his movie data. Now, what kind of robots can we make that he'll want to bang?
Well, you know how there's the time and then AD and BC? There's going to be the year 2045 before banging robots. 2065 after sex. That's what it's all coming down to. It's just somebody wants to bone a robot.
Yeah, I got nothing else, man. That's all I got.
That's when you need to be scared.
Yeah, fucking Rick and Morty's good. Game of Thrones got spoiled. Finished the Defenders. Defenders is fucking solid.
I feel like Rick and Morty this season, far and away the most compelling character is Jerry.
Yeah, poor Jerry.
We have not watched this week's episode, but Mary did convince me to start from season 1, episode 1, and I think I was just exhausted, plus I wasn't super into that first season, first episode, so we stopped after 1. It didn't totally grab me, and I'm really not a fan of Rick's constant burping. in that first episode.
The burping goes down as time goes on.
She told me that, and she fucking totally spoiled something for me by telling me that he stops burping at some point. She told me a plot point that I should expect in the future that's the reason for him stopping drinking so much.
So good. So fucking good.
But like the episode we watched at Mahoney's and what's the team name?
The Vindicators?
The Vindicators. Those were 2 solid episodes. I dug that.
I want to make Noob my cell phone ringtone. God damn!
Saw someone post a meme that was like, and then there's that one friend that always likes your jokes on Facebook, and it was a picture of Noob.
My favorite part when he comes in. Oh, I'm really scared about my first mission. Like, we have a new mission. He goes, oh, goddamn. Oh, goddamn.
God damn.
Let's see what else. That's all I got, man. That's all going on. What's going on with you, Knize?
So, Ripped today has some good shirts. I just wanted to say
the Wayne's World shirt was cool.
I went through the PoP link on PanelsOnPages.com, which was working as recently as 1 a.m. this morning, or yesterday. Yeah, 1 a.m. this morning. So yeah, I bought myself.
Somebody started talking his top secret glasses.
It was it's a sweet Ripped shirt. It's Wayne and Garth that look like the Fighting Irish logo.
Hey, we're back.
And it says,
hey.
Oh, nice. And it says Aurora at the top, established 1992. Party on Wayne, party on Garth. So, you know, I'm from that area. I love Wayne's World. So now I have 2 different Ripped t-shirts that are spoofs of the Fighting Irish logo. I've got that t-shirt, and then I've got my Fight Club t-shirt. And then I have 2 Ripped shirts that are Wayne's World themed. I've got this new one, and then one that looks like the upside-down MTV logo, but it says Wayne's World.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's cool. Yeah, that is cool. Erie Viscous Acidic Liquid is apparently the PG way to explain blood to the WWE audience.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So last week on Raw, Finn Balor got a bucket of Erie Viscous Acidic Liquid dumped on him by Bray Wyatt. And they won't call it blood. They keep calling it mind games. They call it some sort of acidic liquid because they don't want to call it blood. It's a kid's show now, so they can't call it.
Don't do the fucking blood spot.
You can't say cut anymore.
Yeah, you can't. But I thought that was funny. And then every time,
fucking asinine.
Every time during SummerSlam when Michael Cole would mention it, I tweeted out that Erie Viscous Acidic Liquid is what I pumped into Michael Cole's mom last night. We headed out to my folks' house this weekend, hit up the beach early Sunday morning, which was real cool. And apparently at 8 a.m. on Sunday morning, there is church service that comes out to the beach. And they all bring their beach chairs, and they all sit around in a circle, and they've got a PA system, and they play Christian music on it. So, well, they weren't super obnoxious, but we'll have to maneuver around that in the future. But one of the main reasons we went
to display Cradle of Filth.
Our main plan for going out there was supposed to be a shuttle launch Sunday morning, so we're going to watch that from the beach, but that got pushed up to Friday, so we missed that. And then another reason was I got a new car a few weeks ago, and the radio doesn't work. It works, but the display doesn't work, and the volume knob is super touchy to where if you just like look at it the wrong way, it full blasties in your ear. We were leaving
sounds unpleasant.
Yeah, we were leaving for the airport at 3 a.m. one time, and I accidentally turned the knob maybe just a hair too far, and it just blasted Longview in my ear at 100,000%. But I had, for Christmas last year, my folks got me a Bluetooth-enabled stereo for my old Durango. So took that out of the old Durango, and the plan was to put it into the new car. Since, that radio the display didn't work, the volume sucked, and this way I'd be able to hook up my phone to it. So installing a new radio turned into, I currently have a hole in my dashboard where a radio was supposed to be. My speedometer and my gas gauge don't work, and my backup lights don't work.
It's so fucking hard, man. It's insanely difficult.
And my dad helped me. He's been in construction all of his life. He's a handyman. I always look to him when it comes to car problems and stuff. But sometimes his solution is, okay, well, we'll just cut this here, and then we'll just wire nut everything together. So everything is just cut to shreds, and I had to message a car stereo place today. I was like, so yeah, we're having these problems, and my dad might have gotten a little haphazard with some wire cutters. So yeah, there's that. So,
like, hypothetically, what if?
Yeah, exactly. I had to drive an hour and a half home with no speedometer.
Oh, jeez.
And luckily, I only had like an eighth of a tank of gas before we got there. So I was able to put like $25 into it and know that it was enough to get me home. Because otherwise, my gas gauge is just at E the entire time. And my wife, I love her to death, but she gets anxious sometimes, especially with car problems. So as soon as we gave up on the radio install, I told my father, do not tell Mary. We will get home safely, and then we can go from there. So
Nicole's the same way with car stuff. Like my car needed brakes, and like the AC was kind of blowing hot, and so and I recharged it fairly recently, but just got what $15 for the fucking recharge and did it myself. It's easy, but it wasn't that long ago, so it's kind of blowing hot again, and I'm coming up on needing brakes, and so it's just like, we should probably start looking for another car. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why? He goes, I'm gonna pull this money into a car that's that old. We're supposed to get a new one. I go, you don't get a new car because you have to have routine maintenance, honey.
Oil change, throw it out.
And your car's not that old. It's still a pretty decent car.
I mean, what is it? So it's getting up there.
Yeah, it's 10, 11 years old.
But it's fucking completely paid for.
Throw it out.
So
we pay off fucking her car, and I'll talk about getting a new car that day. But
so we had an hour and a half ride home, and all of it is on highways, essentially. So my game plan was to go with the flow of traffic, set my cruise control, because my cruise control still worked, and then just go from there. Just hope I was under the speed limit and not too far below it.
That's a dangerous game, son.
It is a dangerous game, but what's my other fucking option?
No, you got it. That's all you can do.
So at some point, we get onto the interstate right here, like in downtown Orlando. We drove past it a few times when you guys are down here for WrestleMania. And people are just driving like fucking slow assholes. And I'm so close to being home, and I'm excited, and I just want people out of my way, and I'm bitching that these people are in my way. And I've had a hard day because my fucking instrument panel doesn't work, my radio doesn't work, I got a hole in my dash, my backup lights don't work, and I'm keeping all this from my wife who's sitting in the passenger seat. So I'm wound a little tight. I'm bitching at the people in front of me. So Mary's like looking at the traffic, and she kind of leans over to see how fast we're going. And she said she did a mental double take because everything's just at 0. And she's like, oh, look at that.
And honey, we're not going anywhere.
And I said,
we're not moving.
Yeah, I said, yeah, I didn't tell you about that because I thought you'd freak out, but we're almost home. So it worked out. So the lesson is, kids...
This really has a happy ending, see?
Yeah, exactly. The lesson there, kids, is keep things from your wife and everything will work out.
Yeah, good.
And that's it for me.
What's up, Jose?
All right. I want to talk a little bit about Defenders without talking about Defenders.
Well, I mean... Okay.
No, it's got nothing to do with the show. It's
Okay.
just... So we've been watching Persons of Interest.
It's the concept of defending people he
Okay,
wants to talk
gotcha.
about.
Yeah, people in the general concept of defending. Yeah, right.
So the chick that plays Shaw, like I love Elektra, and the chick that plays her is great, and I got nothing against her.
Sarah Shahi, correct?
Yes,
She was
I'm
on that
wishing-
show. She was on that show Life, and she is amazing.
I'm wishing she was fucking Elektra. Look her up, folks. She's bad.
I
And in
mean,
Persons of Interest, she plays like a badass fuck you up kind of chick.
But
So she can do it.
Elodie Young has that Sarah Shahi. She's obviously exotic, but
I got
she's also
nothing
got
against
that. She's got that weird foreign accent that adds to it, I believe.
Hey, man. Shaw can do an accent.
Hey, I like Sarah Shahi. Don't get me wrong. I didn't realize how much I liked her until I was watching that show Life, which underrated show that did not deserved a second season. But at one point, she took off her jacket, and it was just like, Bago!
Can we talk for a second about the link that Knize just sent us?
Yeah, what about it?
Where it goes to?
lesbianmuslim.files.wordpress.com.
Yes, exactly.
I just wanted to find one of the most bled ow pictures of Sarah Shahi as quickly as I could.
What message? Where?
In the
Nice's
Facebook.
homepage.
On the DM.
That in your
Yeah.
face.
So
I've loved her for years.
I'm kind of picturing her as Elektra for the whole season of Defense.
Oh, the young, no bullshit though.
Sorry. No, she's not. She's not. And I love her. She's a great Elektra, and I got no beefs with her. I got no problems with her. She's great. But I'm just saying, like, if she was Elektra, I wouldn't be mad.
I'm not mad whatsoever right now. Thank you for bringing up Sarah Shahi, Jose.
Hey, no problem. Just doing my part, y'all.
She's great. She is a national fucking treasure. How about that?
Yeah, and she's a badass. We are. I think we
Speaking
got
of a
like
badass.
four episodes left of Persons of Interest.
And then you're going to jump back on Quincy Medical Examiner?
The new show, which I'm coming in and out, more out than in, is Hawaii Five-0.
Oh, my God.
All right.
God
And
bless.
now when that's done, we're gonna watch Jag at the very beginning.
Fucking Jag. It's great because Cher does watch all the shows that my parents watch, and my dad loved Jag.
Yeah.
You remember that chick from Jag? What was her name? She was hot, too.
Dun, dun, dun,
Let's
dun.
Google image search her.
And I kind of rewatched John Wick a little for a certain something. And
Oh, yeah, that file work? The one that you got from me? No?
no, that one I was able to have. Well, I was able to fucking bust down the goddamn thing that is Apple formatted hard drives. Got a program that you kind of run it. It looks for the hard drive. It finds it. You can open it. You can't really delete files or anything. You can't mess with anything from
Sure,
there. But
sure.
you can transfer it over to another hard drive. And then you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. So that's cool.
I'll take it. Fuck yeah.
Adrian Palicki's in that.
Jag?
Jag?
No, John Wick.
Oh, good for her.
Oh, yeah, shit, that's right. Yeah.
Man,
But that's a
If
great
I
movie.
was-
I need to see part 2.
if I was Seth MacFarlane, I would not have cast her in the Orville. That's for sure.
Yeah. Your
That-
audition was great. Really.
that
But
that show's already got so much going against it, and Adrian,
like, frankly, you'd be perfect.
yeah, Adrian Palicki, the kiss of death of any TV show. Oh man, just got 2 Google image search tabs open of Sarah Shahi and Catherine Bell from Jag. A+.
You're welcome. Happy Tuesday, folks.
Remember when this was the Popcast? Where's the Alice Eve gif?
I think it's how that fucker bookmarked.
God bless.
Guys, so
Whatever
real.
happened to her?
She was in something recently. She was in Star Trek
My bad.
Wrath of Khan 2.
Yeah, that's the last thing I remember her in.
What else was she in recently?
Did she not make it into the new Star Trek?
No, she was
You know
not
what?
in.
No.
She was not in the new one.
Because she was just a really small character, wasn't she?
No,
Looks like
no,
they were
she
bringing
was.
her on as like a.
She was a Kirk's love interest, supporting character in Into Darkness.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I haven't seen
never
that
came
movie
up.
since I saw it in the theater.
She has not done much.
Maybe
Nothing.
she figured she's made her money and she's just
About to say,
Taking
yeah,
it
she got the
easy.
Star Trek money, then fucked off.
She was in Black Mirror. She was in an episode of Black Mirror.
okay.
She's got a lot of stuff completed, she's got a lot of stuff that's completed. Probably coming to VOD near you.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I could see her in a WWE Films movie.
Speaking of,
They doing it. What?
You-
Anything else, Jose?
yeah. What else you got, Jose?
What do you mean? What else I got?
What's up, Kelly?
Let's see. This past week, I fell down the deep dark hole that is amiibo collecting.
Oh no! You didn't.
I-
You didn't jizz on any of them.
on Amiibo subreddit.
Oh god, no. And now the thing is, because of what the internet's shown me, I can't buy used amiibos. I can
No.
only buy
No.
new
Nope.
in the package ones.
No.
Unless you got plastic gloves on.
Nope, only new in the package.
He just brings them home, puts them in the dishwasher on the sanitized setting.
Yeah.
Not on your life.
Yeah, no, I had avoided starting to get into them for months, but then the Monster Hunter Stories amiibos from Japan are super cool, so I bought some, and then that just opened the floodgates.
There's a ton of them, man. A lot of them are
Yeah, there's
really,
a lot.
really cool, though.
I'm not gonna get them all. I'm gonna get the ones I like.
really
but
cool,
still. Yeah, no, I like them. Got me a Jigglypuff today. It looks pretty sweet. Looking like a Jigglypuff.
though.
With names like that, how can people not do stuff to them?
We've all been there.
Let's see. SummerSlam and NXT was this past weekend.
Yes, and I
Nice,
actually
you watched those.
I
Who won?
ordered the WWE Network on Sunday. We were out of the house Saturday night, so we didn't get to watch NXT live. I saw some of the results, but been watching every match here and there of that, and then started watching SummerSlam at about 8:30 Sunday night when they were doing the Big Cast Big Show match, and what a shit show.
Yeah, I gave that in the review a quarter of a star, and the quarter was purely for greased up Enzo Amore.
Right. He was the only positive part of that whole thing. Yeah,
I thought, I don't follow WWE, but wasn't like the fucking Rumble or Battle Royal at WrestleMania supposed to be his like retirement match?
yeah. Well,
Enzo?
No, Big Show. Kelly told us that WrestleMania
Yeah,
weekend.
I don't know what happened with that.
I think he never did get his Shaq match, and he's in great
No.
shape. So why retire?
Yeah, I feel like once a year you hear him like, "Oh, I'm gonna retire at so and so," and then it never
He's
happens.
the Stan Lee of WWE.
Oh,
Pretty
God. No,
Big
that's
Show's final.
That's Terry.
Raw.
That's Terry Funk, Jose.
Aww.
The man's still wrestling at 70-something years old.
Yep, not often lately. He's been getting sick, like bad colds.
Yeah, that's just called being 73.
His older brother Dory keeps wrestling though, and he just barely moves. It's
Get
great.
the fuck out of here.
You ever want to see the oldest wrestler fucking ever? Just watch a Dory Funk Jr. match.
Junior.
Jesus.
I think once you turn 70, you can drop Junior from your
There's no
name.
point to let that shit go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's supposed to be Dory
SummerSlam overall was all right. Like, it's too long.
Way too long. And that
Shinsuke a fucking champion or what? Are they still punking him?
no.
What?
And it was
He lost to Gender.
It was a weak match, same shit, different day.
Fucking Gender just fucked up his finisher.
Yeah, he did. That looks sloppy as hell.
Like, it looked like shit.
I feel
Gender is like a reigning, multiple defending WWE champion.
not multiple. No. He's
Oh,
he's just got the one reign. He's still got the title that he won.
But he's got multiple defenses under
Yeah,
him.
but
Sure,
yeah, how
sure.
many people has he beaten to keep
Well,
it?
he's beaten Randy Orton like 9 times, and then he
Oh
just
my,
beat,
what?
he just beat
Beat
Shinsuke.
Randy Orton, beat Nakamura, survived John Cena's finisher.
Yeah, kicked out of the Attitude Adjustment. That's right.
But that's impossible.
Yep. Survived the cash-in from Baron Corbin.
Right.
Ended him off.
Right. We talked about that last week. He was able to defend a cash-in. I feel like they could do a lot more with Jinder, and it's definitely cookie cutter, the same shit, different day. But I like what they're doing at a baseline level. I like the fact that it's kind of like back in the day when Bret Hart was in the U.S., he was a heel, but when he was in Canada, he was a face. So he's a fucking hero to India, but whenever he's over here, he's a dickhead. And he's still got those heelish tactics. I want to. Did the Singh brothers wrestle tonight?
I don't know.
I read
I didn't
something on
watch.
Twitter or something about them taping up, and it's like, why haven't these guys been wrestling? They're just Jinder's henchmen.
Yeah, they're just there to take bumps.
Yeah. I tell you what, the worst part about SummerSlam and about Raw last night was that Brooklyn crowd. They were either dead.
They were not a good crowd.
They were either dead, not paying attention, or bouncing around a fucking beach ball.
Cesaro just won the hearts of everyone when he fucking sprinted into the crowd when he saw the beach ball had fallen, grabbed it, and ripped it in half.
Really? That's
yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Never seen a human being rip a beach ball before.
It was awesome.
It was incredible.
And he could have gotten... That was dangerous. Just running into the crowd on a whim like that.
He was like, not my art, motherfuckers.
And then I was thinking back, like, Joey Janela's Spring Break, there were beach balls there, but when matches were...
that's a
went
different...
to the-
that's
to
a
the
different...
When matches were going
Yeah, you
on...
bring beach balls to Spring Break.
Well, but to be fair, SummerSlam is the biggest party of the summer.
Is it though?
That's what they keep calling it. It is very summer beach themed. But I feel like Joey Janela's Spring Break, we weren't bouncing beach balls around during the matches. You're
No, we
watching the
weren't.
matches.
And not out of disrespect either, out of pure respect.
Yeah, no, it was at SummerSlam. It was because and last night at Raw, it was because they were bored.
Which, again, too long. Raw is too long, so people get antsy, people get bored, people get tired. But also, you just watch the fucking matches. Like that main event last night, that's a high caliber main event. John Cena and Roman Reigns, I believe, teaming for the first time ever against The Miz.
Probably.
And The Miz and Samoa Joe, and I believe Cena and Samoa Joe in the ring for the first time since Samoa Joe got moved up.
No kidding.
And people were doing the wave and paying attention to a beach ball.
Damn, that's harsh.
And they paid
The
probably...
worst thing WWE did was embrace these crowds. Like,
Exactly.
oh, it's in Bizarro World, and they're just having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Yeah, I feel like Brooklyn should lose SummerSlam because of this whole thing. But they won't.
Like, you know why. You know why we're not coming back.
Yeah, overall, SummerSlam wasn't a very good show. The main event was awesome.
It was
because
nuts.
It was just 4 Hoss dudes hitting each other.
Yes.
Braun Strowman picking up office chairs and throwing them at Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns' heads. That was cool.
I love that that's his new spot, is chucking office chairs.
Yes.
Because they can't
So
do, like...
dangerous.
they can't do steel chair shots anymore, so let's just throw plastic office chairs.
And then the second best match of the whole show was on the pre-show. When the Usos took on the New Day, and it was fucking incredible.
I saw you mention that. I have not made it to that match on the pre-show yet because I started watching the pre-show late Sunday night. This is a 2-hour pre-show before a 4-hour SummerSlam. The pre-show, yes, the pre-show starts, and there is not a soul in the arena. And there's a huge crowd waiting outside to get into the arena. A half hour into the pre-show, they have the first match. It's Miz, Bo Dallas, and Curtis Axel versus the Hardy Boys and Jason Jordan. And they come out to the ring, and there's 50 people in the arena.
It was sad looking.
What? Why would you do that? It's a 2-hour pre-show. Let people sit down first. Who cares? Who cares if, like, that's when it was supposed to go on? Are people at home going to be like, oh, where's this match? Like, you need to have butts in seats before you trot people out there to the ring.
That's crazy.
Like, how
They
could
still the champ, Hardys?
No.
No.
Dean and Rollins are the champs.
Huh.
Which is very cool. Like, that's one of my favorite stories going right now. And
yeah, I'm into that.
I'm so ready.
The good dudes, they protested.
They kissed and made up. They fisted each other, but I'm so ready for Dean to stab Seth in the back.
They fisted each other.
Yeah, you know how the Shield used to do the fist thing?
Yeah.
They used to fist bump.
People are still shitting on Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. The main event of SummerSlam was, I don't think I've ever seen a crowd react like they did to Roman Reigns, because like anytime he did something, it felt like any energy the crowd had just dissipated and became negative heat. It was weird. Like, it wasn't even boos, it was just, you know, cheering. Brock Lesnar's doing something, Braun Strowman's doing something, cool stuff, fucking nothing as soon as Roman starts doing anything.
That's tough. That's not his fault.
Yeah, well, but to be fair, the only move he does is the Superman punch, and he did about 19 of them in that main event. Just one after the other. Mary's watching it, and she's like, that looks stupid.
And, you know, there was before where I kept saying, it's like, you know, I did feel bad for him because he got too much too fast and wasn't really allowed to build himself.
Sure. But now
he's had the time.
Yeah, that was 3 years ago.
Yeah,
where he got too much too fast.
Something better than he is now.
Because they resisted it. They resisted the crowds not taking to him, and they've resisted it for 3 years straight instead of listening to their fans and accentuating the positive of it. Because whenever he trolls the fans, he gets huge reactions.
Yeah.
So do that, but don't pretend like he's a good guy either. He's the guy.
It doesn't work.
And then you know what'll happen? Once he starts being a heel and starts being great at it, people will start to cheer him.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you'll have your Roman Reigns that you waited for all this time.
Yep.
Well,
it's the exact same thing with The Rock.
Yeah.
Very similar, yeah.
But The Rock, it wasn't 3 years of people booing him. Like, they listened back then. They listened. And it worked.
Yeah, but like, he's also, you know, technically one of the greatest that's ever lived. Right. So
one of my favorite stories from SummerSlam is apparently Enzo Amore has nuclear heat backstage right now. Because apparently he's too big for his britches. He said some shit, and like he got kicked off the bus by Roman Reigns at some point. So they broke up Enzo and Big Cass, and they've been fighting, and Big Cass is the heel, and he's awful by himself. And they're just killing Enzo every week. Just flattening him, squashing him, making him look like a piece of shit. Like, he never gets in offense ever anymore. And to the point where they're fucking with him so bad because he has such heat. He's afraid of heights, and they put him in a shark cage hanging above the ring at SummerSlam, and made him shimmy down and jump off of it.
I'm starting to think that's not real because he seemed to handle it super well.
You know what? Either it isn't real, or he's making chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Oh, that makes me cry. That's terrible.
He might not be the best worker in the world, but he's great. He's a great character, and one of the bright spots whenever I tune in, and then they just big boot him into the depths of hell.
I'd like to point out that right now I'm watching a Big Japan show, and one of the wrestlers, the shirt he's wearing, the back of it says, "I'm divorced, fuck the world."
Oh my god. You have to look at a t-shirt like that and be like, was that something he got off the rack or something he had made, like that the money shot t-shirt at WrestleMania weekend?
Oh god.
Sweet
Mahoney's
shirt.
really excited to see one of those in New Orleans.
I guarantee you one jizz face t-shirt. That should be like our team t-shirt for the weekend. Like we're a family reunion.
Oh god.
Oh no.
But that maybe
Remember
not.
that time we took a picture of cousin Tina with her face covered in jizz.
Maybe not a jizz face, but I think a t-shirt would be cool.
Yeah, I'm not against the concept. Maybe that specific execution I could do without.
And Knize, have you watched NXT yet? I forgot.
Watch what?
Have you watched any of NXT yet?
Yes. I was watching it like one match at a time, essentially.
Okay.
I watched. I fell asleep during the first match, and then I would watch a couple matches. Then I saved Asuka and Ember Moon for when me and Mary can sit and watch. And then
it's so good.
I just watched the main event tonight before we started watching Defenders again.
That was all right.
I pretty much half watched
Bobby
it. I knew what was happening at the end, and that's kind of what I wanted to see. But man, fucking Drew.
Yeah.
Drew is huge, man. He is in great shape.
He's a giant.
Good for him, man. And I don't really subscribe to your hate of Bobby Roode so much. That's another one where it's like,
I don't hate him. I just think he's very average.
He is. No, he's essentially 2001 Triple H, who was very average, but he was just positioned perfectly on the card.
That's why I liked when I saw someone on Twitter say that Scottish Triple H beat TNA Triple H, and then Ring of Honor Triple H came out and attacked Scottish Triple H.
Yeah, me and Mary are going to NXT this week.
Nice. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Hopefully we get to see Asuka, because she's one of Mary's favorites, but we might not since she, quote-unquote, got a collarbone injury, broke her collarbone. We'll
That would
see.
suck if it was true.
Well, my theory is, and I talked to Kelly about this before the show, my theory is it's a fake injury so that they can take the title off of her, because she's undefeated. She's undefeated for over 500 days. She beat Goldberg's undefeated streak.
That's cool.
So my theory is they fake this injury, which is supposed to take 8 weeks to heal. They take the belt off of her, and then in 8 weeks she shows up on SmackDown, and then continues her winning streak. But they're still able to put the belt on somebody else in NXT.
Else, right?
Yeah.
Huh.
What are the odds that she comes out, wins the SmackDown Women's title, and then Carmella just instantly beats her?
Oh! Oh no. I don't like that.
He says, "No, I reject your reality." He says.
Have you watched the bracketology special for the Mae Young Classic?
Well, I watched about half of that, but again, I didn't.
That was cool.
It was after SummerSlam, so it was late, so I didn't want to watch it all without Mary. But I tell you what, guys, being there live for that Mae Young Classic was great. And seeing all these chicks getting all this exposure is great. And it's not just they're attractive, because a lot of them are attractive. A lot of them not super attractive. But I get like sexually charged over the whole Mae Young Classic just because it's so interesting and different and new, and they're also good at what they do, and some of them are super hot and they're wearing very little clothes. It gets my dander up.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I made the point on Twitter after watching the bracketology special that Dakota Kai feels like if Bailey actually acted like a real human being.
Not a fan of that.
They get a second shot at Bailey with her, I think.
I can't believe they were booing Bailey and booing Sasha at SummerSlam. That's terrible.
Bailey's
I think
cute, though.
it's okay for me to boo Sasha because she's been mean to Alexa Bliss, and I don't like that.
Well, I like Sasha as a heel anyhow.
Broke her nose twice.
But this one chick, like, there is a lot of standouts in the Mae Young Classic. But this one chick, Rhea Ripley, she's from Australia. She's 22 fucking years old. She's like 6'8". She's a former soccer player. One of the most insane physiques I've ever seen on a woman. You know how Charlotte's got those broad shoulders and she's built. She's got some muscles. Like Rhea Ripley is that to the nth degree. But she's still like slim and very attractive, but she is built like a brick house. And it again, like, first of all, she's 22. I'm old enough to be her father. Second of all, it's not like a sexual thing. It's just like, wow, like, that's amazing what they can do with people these days.
Wow, I'd be proud to call you my daughter.
I would.
You do that thing where you think about like what you were doing at 22.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I mean, that's one way I guess I could have done it that way. That's wild.
I just want to reiterate, I'm not going to be watching the Mae Young Classic with my hand in my pants. It just gives me a little oomph.
You're just going to be thinking about being their dad.
Did I ever tell that?
Arms are next level, man. You're not lying.
Oh, you're looking at Rhea Ripley right now? Yeah. I retweeted her video from the bracketology on my Twitter today. She is insane. But not like crazy China buff.
No. But like just jacked, man. That's not
Like just beefy daughter buff.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell the story from seeing Star Wars The Force Awakens the first time? Because, I am almost old enough to be Daisy Ridley's father. And I liked that for the most part of the movie, she's covered up, except for her shoulders, really. And she's a good role model for young girls. They didn't over-sexualize her at all. And then there's that final scene where she shows up on Luke's Honolulu getaway, and she's got like kind of a low-cut shirt going on. And I remember watching that the first time and just being like, ooh, baby, what is you doing? Cover her up, girl. You don't need to show that to nobody. You save that for whomever you deem worthy enough to take your lightsaber someday. That's just me.
Very sweet of you.
It's just me getting old, man. I understand the disparity between me today and the young ladies. I get it.
No, that's real as it gets, man.
It's like when I posted that picture of Catherine Bell from Jag in the Popcast chat on Facebook, and Kelly's like, I'm not really into her. She looks like a mom that's trying to prove she's hot. And I was like, oh, someday, Kelly. Someday you'll be into that, bro. Just click on the mom tab and go from there.
The mom tab.
Because again, at 36, I don't need to be watching porn of some 19-year-old.
At some point, anything but the mom tab is really creepy. Like, this feels age appropriate.
Like, I want my porn stars to look like Jan from The Office. Right. Good talk, guys.
All right, let's see. Okay, so we don't have any mail this week.
I got mail. Hold on.
If you want to rectify that, you can mail us at popcast@PanelsOnPages.com or shoot us a voicemail 616-951-1POP.
So I guess Joe Wang forfeits in our exhibition match.
Looks that way, man. Gotta come correct, Joe Wang.
Now, I think he just forfeits, and that means I am the true champion since Juggalo John has an asterisk by his name. So, thank you, everyone.
Joe Wang is taking the time to build the best reason he can. I don't know.
Maybe.
He's writing a fucking dissertation.
All right, guys. Todd Grizzly Memes has some mail.
Nice.
All right. Julie writes, "Hello, we love you all's show. I am not from Westminster, but I used to work at Dunlop. Now I am raising grandchildren. Your children are funny and spoiled rotten like mine are. LOL. Love your wife too. She is precious. Have a blessed day, and you are blessed to have your mom."
Yeesh.
Thanks, Julie.
You read that.
Is that like a threat?
Yeah, you're lucky to have your mom. It reads as if like there are random letters within each word that are capitalized.
Like the Facebook message equivalent of a ransom letter.
Yeah. Letters are in different fonts.
Oh, this is a good one. Lisa writes, "Hello, Todd. My name is Lisa. I live in Tampa, Florida. I'm a single mom with 2 children and a grandbaby on the way. I'm in need to buy food for my apartment. Money has been tight with bills. If there is any way you can find it in your heart to help me out, that would be awesome. Need to come up with about $1,000 for bills and food. Thanks for all your time, and God bless you and your family. Single mom, Lisa."
So throw that in there again, just in case.
Then a week later, she says, this morning at 8:30, she says, "Is there any way in your kind heart that you could help me out somehow? Thanks for your time, single mom."
She's just signing her messages single mom, or is that her Facebook profile name?
No, it's just signing her messages single mom.
Like, is that like a hint? Like I can come over?
Well, like, don't forget, I'm a single mom. You remember me? I'm a single mom.
In the chat.
Now we're go Daphne sent a message that just says, "Hey, Todd." Thanks, Daphne.
In the chat, Juggalo John and Zero have chimed in on my 22 versus 36 years old age disparity. And John says it's not a bad thing, and he doesn't appreciate my accusing tone. And then Zero says, "I'm with John. I'm 35, and I'd still rather see a tight 20-something take it than a loose nearly 40.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Now that's a hot take, son.
Wow.
Got him.
On that note, let's take a break. We'll come back, talk about Defenders, talk about the news, and bounce up out of here. Jesus Christ.
Think was any hotter, fucking mics would burn.
God damn! Oh, fuck. All right, we'll take a break. Enjoy this. We'll be back in a minute.
God damn!
Ripped Apparel is your one-stop shop for limited edition t-shirts featuring all the crap that you already like anyway. Every day you're going to see 3 new limited edition designs available only for 24 hours. That's just a single day. After that, they're gone forever. And best yet, if you want to check them out, buy a little something, they're going to throw a little kickback to us, your folks, your friends here at the Popcast. So go to PanelsOnPages.com, click that banner at the top of the page, or on the sidebar at pcn.PanelsOnPages.com, or you can just update your bookmark, check it out on your phone every single morning. That's what I do. Ripped, that's RIPT.PanelsOnPages.com. T-shirts start at just $10 and they'll kick us a little something every time. Help us keep the lights on, help us keep the podcast going, help us keep the site up, and get you a pretty cool t-shirt, man. Cool swag, cool shirts, good people, good deals from your favorite podcast. So check it out. Ripped.PanelsOnPages.com. 24-hour limited edition t-shirts that are pretty damn awesome. Check it out. And now back to your regularly scheduled podcast.
Oh boy, man, it's a good show. You know it's a good show when you get a headache in your frontal lobe area from laughing too much. Yo, where y'all at?
Greg.
You got a headache from all the daughters that fill your heart now.
From all the laughing, yeah. I made a compromise with Zero in the chat. I said, how about a nearly 40-year-old giving it to a tight 20-something? But chicks. Chicks, bro.
I've seen that movie.
Yeah. It's good. Good times. Solid discussion.
But as I did say on Twitter, if you're making trash takes on Twitter about Kairi Sane, I'll fucking find you.
That's right.
Fucking David Bixenspan fan. Making shit takes.
Yeah, like how
got you?
She's
dumb fucking ass.
So her whole pirate princess gimmick is because when she was in school, she did 7 years worth of yachting, and she was a pro yachter at some point. And that dude who made the comment like, "Oh, so she was rich? Only rich people do yachting." Like, you don't know what the fuck they do in Japan, dude. Like, that is a peninsula. Japan is.
Yeah,
like,
that's like assuming anyone here that plays football in grade school must be rich.
Right. Like, maybe yachting is just a thing that they do in school in Japan. Like, it's a big deal. Like, they probably don't have.
But when you hear yacht, you don't think of
Yachts don't come cheap.
But yachting,
like there's money in yachting.
No,
if she yachted at school, she's probably at a rich school.
Yeah, but like, yachting is different than owning a fucking Wolf of Wall Street yacht.
Yeah, but if you're yachting in school,
it was just sailboats, pretty much.
Yeah,
yachting is also different than boating.
Right. But boating doesn't sound as good as yachting.
Definitely does not.
Especially not as good as little yachting.
I'm a professional boater.
Yeah, see, it doesn't work.
So what do you think? We want to talk some news first, or we want to get into some Defenders talk? Kelly, how far?
I want to start talking about boating.
You want to talk about broats?
Yeah.
Let's do Defenders. Do Defenders first.
How far are you into it, Kelly?
I just wrapped up 4.
Cool. So you and I are at the same point. Jose, you watched up until 5. And Lee, you killed the whole thing.
We watched the rest of it last night.
Nice.
Fucking killed it.
Yeah, because we weren't home, and then we had a lot of fucking wrestling to watch. We only got started on Defenders last night, and we watched the premiere last night, and then we went through 3 episodes tonight. And man, I am really enjoying it.
Yeah,
it is definitely slow going at first, and every time it's just Danny and Colleen on screen, I couldn't give a shit. I'll probably check my phone.
Yes.
But the fact that they're kind of all following different threads to the same mystery, and it
Very organically brought
Yes.
everyone together, which I really thought was
it
cool.
eventually brings everyone together. No spoilers, but come on, it's the Defenders. They're coming together at some point.
It brings everyone together kind of naturally, and also explains the disparity between the hand we saw in Iron Fist
Yes.
versus the hand we saw in Daredevil.
Very much so, because there are many different iterations of the hand, and they've got their, no pun intended, hand in everything.
With different leaders and different strategies
Right.
and different goals. So that's why they're so different. And I not for nothing, I appreciated that. I like that. I like them.
Any way to explain that awful Iron Fist season?
Yeah, it's a little Iron Fist heavy with the goal and the plot, especially kind of as you get further, the shit that hands ultimate goals and whatever. But everything about Iron Fist is even way better in this.
Yeah, he's kind of the de facto leader. He's the one trying to get everyone together, and they're all very resistant. And when he is the center of it, and he's trying to get everyone together, he's downright likable.
Yeah.
I like how he's the kid of the group.
Yes.
When he's when he showed up, when he had the more he sees. I don't want to ruin it just yet because you guys aren't completely
up to 4 we can talk about.
Right.
But he's excited. He's like, "Oh shit, you could do that!"
They do that thing though where they still do. I like that everyone busts on Danny.
Yeah.
I like that a lot, but it does bug me when they don't believe his story.
It drives me fucking nuts, and it drove me nuts in Iron Fist, and the fact that they're still harping on it made me scream at the goddamn television. Luke Cage, your skin is bulletproof. You don't think a dragon exists?
You've seen goddamn space whales.
You lived in a city where space whales came out of a hole in the sky.
Yeah, after Avengers, everything's believable.
Which, say what you will about everything else, this is 1,000% a world where the Avengers happen.
Yes. Whether or not they're ever on screen together, this world is definitely predicated upon the fact that Avengers happened. And continues to happen, we assume.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys see the Stan Lee cameo?
No.
That's Vamp. I gotta take my boy back to bed.
No, not yet. What episode?
No, it already. I think it was 2. It was when Jessica Jones is following Matt Murdock, and then she loses him.
I might have.
There's a certain part where she's walking and she's turning around. The upper right corner is like a bus stop poster or something.
Oh, so they just went the poster route again?
Yeah. He's not in it. It's not him physically, but it's a picture of him.
As a great bit where first of all, Matt's following Jessica, and then Jessica's following Matt, and then he just starts parkouring all over the place. I, despite my feelings about Iron Fist, the first time Danny and Luke were on screen together, I wooed.
That was cool.
It was great.
There's a couple wooing moments where I didn't realize how much I missed Daredevil.
Yeah.
Until you see him for the first time, and you're like, that fucking show is great. But
that was for the first 2 episodes. Anytime Daredevil or Jessica Jones weren't on screen, I was playing around on my phone or something. It just instantly distracted.
They definitely are playing with everybody's color schemes.
Yes, and the music. Luke's always got some jazzy or some hip hop or something.
Yeah, they try to keep each individual scenes looking like their shows in a way. But I do think that this just shows you that he can be good as Danny Rand. Iron Fist can be good. You just got to take it out of the guy who's fucking up Inhumans right now.
It's still... I'm not 100% over it yet.
Well, yeah, but
It's still got a lot of baggage, and
it does have a
obviously,
lot of baggage.
You know, Defenders is almost a direct sequel to Iron Fist, so
So treat it as like an Iron Fist soft reboot.
Sigourney Weaver looks severe. Like,
What's with them dresses though? She's looking odd. And here's the one thing is that, you know, they got this thing going on and she's always grabbing her side, but when she enters the room doing it, it just looks like she's like, all right, we got to get this meeting going because I really give a shit.
I know she's supposed to be playing a character who is sick and dying, but woof. Sigourney Weaver's always been a handsome woman. She's always had, I don't want to say harsh features, but very extreme features. She's not a
extreme facial.
She's not a typical
features.
leading woman beauty. But man,
she's not under relaxed rules.
Some 35 years later, those extreme features have gotten to the extreme.
The one dress they put her in made her look like a shittily wrapped Christmas present.
She was wearing like an infinity scarf.
Yeah, there was a part, I think, pretty early on, maybe the scene where, like, to see like, some lackeys that are actively dressing her, you know?
Yeah.
Where I'm like, needs to kill everyone involved in dressing her.
Yeah, and that's why I'm wondering. I was like, well, I don't know if maybe like she's playing somebody from the comic, and it's kind of like a nod to what her uniform looked like in there. I don't know, but all I know is she looks like a badly wrapped fucking Christmas present.
Man, I'll bet the dress was like $1,000.
Who really has to shit. But other than that, she's badass. And sadly, her little fucking fight scene with Elektra was almost better than the whole fight scene season of fucking Iron Fist.
Yeah, and Elektra is amazing in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really good.
Elektra's great. All the fights are kind of overall front to back, kind of mixed. Like they never reached that Daredevil level.
No.
So okay,
but I don't think anything's going to reach Daredevil level until Daredevil season 3, because that's like kind of what they built their money around doing these big.
Well, that'll help temper my expectations a little bit.
There are some really good ones. There are a couple of really solid fight scenes, especially kind of towards the middle and end, for sure.
Their first fight together, where they all joined, was
very cool.
That was cool.
The way Danny kind of just turned that sword into dust.
Yeah, none of the fights are bad. Like
Luke busts through that wall.
They don't do Iron Fist bad, but it's good.
That is good to know.
I did notice that one fight scene in the fucking hallway, he sure did put a hoodie on. So they're rolling with a stunt double. It was like he was like walking through the alley, and all of a sudden he's like, I'm gonna put my hood on my fucking head.
There was a weird transition in the what is it? Midland is the company?
Midland Circle, yeah.
They're in that building after they meet for the first time, and there's that whole fight scene. There's a weird transition where Elektra's coming up behind Daredevil, and then they like swing the camera, and then they're like
they're not in the right spot.
They're like
anymore.
15 feet down the hall, and they're fighting. So you never see like him turn around to greet. It looked like she was going to stab him in the back.
Well, they pulled the swing, but when they swung to the opposite side, they didn't stage them.
They didn't match it well.
Right, in the proper spot from when they swung the first time. They fucked up.
Another fuck up is it was great to see Stick cut his hand off in order to escape, but then like they should have gave him a green glove and they could have CGI'd out his hand because his stump was way too fucking long.
Yeah, I noticed that at one point.
Every fucking time they cut a hand off in a movie, that happens. Like, you just stop doing it.
Stump is almost as long as his whole regular hand, fully extended fingers.
Well, plus, if you're not going to green screen it and you're going to do the stump over his real hand, at least if the stump is your right hand, you need to lean to your left. You need to cock your shoulders so that your left hand hangs lower than your right. But he did it the opposite thing, so the stump was hanging below his other hand. So obvious.
They get better at it. Episode 5 gets a little better in the stick stump.
Stick got a big old stump.
That's pretty baller though too. And he's like, "What happened to your hand?" He's like, "I cut it off with a stick." Like, that's good stuff, man. Good bits, good lines. Like there's a bit towards the end, not towards the end, like about midway through. I won't spoil the context, but Matt's in the Daredevil outfit, and he looks at the guy, and he's like, "All right, you're gonna tell me what I want to know, or shit's gonna get real dark." It's like, yes. He's so good as Daredevil. I fucking love Jessica Jones. Christian Ritter as Jessica Jones is so great. Like, even when the pace wasn't breakneck, shit wasn't moving along super fast or whatever, I really enjoyed basically every one of the character interactions.
Yeah.
Like, seeing them all together, playing off each other. They're all very much written in the voice we've grown accustomed to seeing them. You know what I mean? Like, nobody was acting super different all of a sudden. Like, it was very cool.
And while the pace wasn't breakneck, you're switching in between their 4 stories.
Exactly.
You know, those first couple episodes. So you're not getting bored with any one thing for too long.
Exactly.
But the one thing
there's a minute where Danny and Colleen go to Rand Enterprises, and he walks in. He says the word war, and I'm like, no, fuck that guy. I don't want to see that guy in this. Oh, he's out of the country. Yeah, you goddamn right, he's out of the country.
He's out of the country, and they got help from the exposition secretary.
Yeah. What do you need to know? Let me check the database.
Yeah, we've just got this computer here running with this information just constantly running on it. So yeah, let me just go check that for you.
But then she still has to leave the room for something else, which is kind of weird.
It was good to see Turk. It's always good to see Turk turn around and see Luke Cage.
Oh, Turk's always the best.
Turk is so good.
It is always great to see Karen Page, but that Deborah Ann Wool, yuck.
What a dog.
That's one of the greatest recurring bits in Popcast history.
For context, for those of you that may be just joining us on the YouTubes, the first time we all got together to watch Daredevil, we were all in the same room watching Daredevil. Whole bunch of us together. And one of our compatriots was there with his new girlfriend. And I guess in an effort to impress her, I don't know what.
Now, he still holds that theory, that opinion to this day.
Insane. He comes up like emboldened in front of everyone as if he's expecting the whole room to have his back. Like,
a standing ovation to follow.
Like, why is everyone saying how beautiful Karen Page is? And we're all like, she's objectively beautiful. Like, of course, she's a lovely lady.
Like, there are centuries of literature that point to that as being attractive. Like, I get, like, personal taste and all that, but...
Of course.
Nah.
Love you, Kerouac.
Yeah. And at some point, I was like, okay, show of hands. Who'd hit it? And every man and woman in the room was like, hands up.
And also, speaking of running gags, we were supposed to have Robbie Rist on the show this week to talk Defenders, but...
He was really excited to talk about Defenders.
Yeah. I don't know what happened. We'll see if we can get him on next week.
Oh, so good.
I bet that's a guy that thinks Karen Page is a solid 6.
That motherfucker still hasn't looked at our Facebook messages.
God damn it. Well, at least, you know, I'd rather him not look at them than know that he looked at them and decided not to respond.
Sure. Good point.
Yeah, Defenders is good, man. It's great. It's a lot of fun. I love how, you know, Jessica is not on board with any of this ninja mumbo jumbo bullshit at any level. It's pretty great.
At one point, she's like, "Am I the only one who doesn't know karate?"
Yeah. You do get that too. It's really cool. So when they're all fighting together, you get to see how different they are. Like how, like, you know, Luke doesn't really know how to fight. He doesn't need to.
Yeah, he's more of a defensive fighter.
Yeah. He just lets you tire yourself out on him.
Yeah. And Jessica is really strong, but again, doesn't really know how to fight you know, just kind of just uses her strength through it. It's very cool. And then you got
she's used to taking on like people.
yeah.
Fucking David Tennant.
Then you got Murdoch and Danny just whipping shit. And
The first Danny Luke fight where Danny's just unloading on him and Luke's like, huh? And then Danny's like, huh? What?
And then it's like, yeah, some fucking skinny white kid hit you with a glowing hand. It was like, oh, okay, we need to call this guy.
Yeah,
But
why didn't, as soon as Luke got home from prison, why wasn't Claire like, yo, I met this guy with a glowing yellow fist, you guys should hook up?
They're too busy getting that vitamin D supplement.
Oh man, he is such a gentle lover.
I don't like how she hasn't had any contact with Daredevil yet. Seeing how she started on that show.
Yeah,
Who?
Claire hasn't interacted with Daredevil yet.
Yeah.
On this
Like
show.
0 bits. Like they're just using her as the bridge to Luke Cage and Iron Fist. But motherfucker, you know Daredevil. You worked on him first. Where's that fucking loyalty?
Give it time. I'll just say that. Give it time.
All right.
I dug it.
I believe you, seer of the future.
Misty's looking good, man. She can still get a Kahuga from me.
They're all looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, generally speaking, it's a show full of people that are not hard to look at.
Beautiful
Yeah,
people, yeah.
it's a very attractive cast.
Except for Debran Wall. Woof.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Exception to every rule.
And Sigourney Weaver. Yeesh.
I don't know.
Extreme.
She is an extremely faced person.
All right, we'll talk more about it as we
The
all
light tubes of faces.
let's talk about the news.
Yeah, let's talk about some news. This news story broke just before the show tonight. Apparently, a Joker origin film is reportedly in development at DC's new film banner. They've got a new film banner. Oh, yeah, remember when they rebranded things as DC Films? I remember that now. But yeah, reportedly in development with Martin Scorsese and Todd Phillips. Martin Scorsese to produce. Martin Scorsese to produce. Hangover scribe Todd Phillips will co-write. And 8 Mile Scott Silver will direct.
That's never gonna happen.
You know what? It's probably never going to happen.
But
But I
fun,
would be
though.
down to see this version. Because, you know,
If it
as
comes
much as
out-
Becca-
If
What's
it comes out, I will see it. But
Yeah.
I have no interest in it currently. I don't have an interest in a Joker origin movie right now. Like
No.
the origin in The Dark Knight is probably the best we'll ever get as far as a Joker origin on screen, because it makes great sense and it fits the character so well. Other than that,
I'll do this.
do they do
if it's
Killing
the same-
Joke?
Sorry, go ahead.
Do they do Killing Joke?
I don't know. I would,
They said that they were going younger, didn't they?
or even if it's the origin of the Joker we saw in Suicide Squad, I'd be oddly into that.
Oh, you want to see the origin of each of his tattoos?
I kind of maybe not each one tattooed, but like as much
Oh
as
man, I'm so excited for when he becomes damaged.
when he becomes damaged, like I mean, he was fuck man. If anything, he was one of the more interesting parts of that shit show of a movie.
He was, but every day that passes, I want to see that Joker less and less.
Yeah, that might be fair.
Because that movie in my memory gets worse and worse.
Oh, it's like really terrible. I mean, don't ever misquote me as saying it's anything but. I mean, I am by no means a supporter of the Oscar award-winning Suicide Squad.
Yeah, you better label that motherfucker correct. Award winning.
I had
I think this
when
movie
I
will come out 6 weeks after Shazam.
apparently Shazam is the next DC movie to film. Like they're leapfrogging Flash at this point. Get it?
God damn it! What about? I thought they were shooting Aquaman.
Well, they're shooting Aquaman now.
Okay.
But
All right.
Shazam is next, apparently. That was another story that I had pulled, but good thing you brought it up.
We'll see.
And don't forget, it's Shazam without The Rock as Black Adam.
God damn it.
So the Hook is completely gone.
Well, the Hook is Shazam.
No one gives a shit. They wanted The Rock as Shazam, as Black Adam.
Yeah, and it's not like people don't give a shit like people didn't give a shit about Guardians of the Galaxy 5 years ago. People really don't give a shit about Shazam. Stupid.
So according to James Gunn, this is just a cool little tidbit. He was angling to get David Bowie in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and he revealed that he was going to have him be one of the Ravagers. Kind of like how they had Michelle Yeoh and Ving Rhames and Sylvester Stallone and Michael Rosenbaum and stuff.
That would have been cool.
But David Bowie was going to be one of the Ravagers probably at Yondu's funeral.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I can do that.
I dig it. Norman Osborn may appear in Silver and Black, the Spider-Man spin-off featuring Silver Sable and Black Cat. So, if Norman Osborn is in that, does that mean that he can't be in a Spider-Man movie? And who the fuck cares about this movie? Like, Wonder Woman, we'll talk about Wonder Woman in a second. Wonder Woman's great. You know what? Great. And a huge success for DC and Warner Brothers and a gender as a whole. But that doesn't mean this movie should have gotten a green light.
No. Black Cat works in context because of Spider-Man.
And Silver Sable, I'm not sure works anywhere.
Even with Spider-Man. Okay. So
this sounds like Suicide Squad.
Yeah, it really does. Really does. And I was just talking the other day to somebody about how I am really looking forward to seeing, like, I want to see a good Green Goblin in this MCU. Like, I think that'd be fucking great. Like, because, Amazing Spider-Man 2 doesn't count.
No.
Doesn't count at all.
And at this point, Willem Dafoe in Spider-Man 1 is kind of awful. For its time, I feel like he was a great...
Yeah.
The costume's awful, but for its time, his performance was good.
Yeah. He was a good Osborn.
And
but the Green Goblin was garbage.
Well, the costume was. He was still a good Goblin.
There's no subtlety to his performance.
No. But I think that's part of the appeal.
Yeah. I don't know that even, like, I don't know, the stuff where he's, like, arguing with himself in the mirror is kind of excellent.
Yeah.
Like
when
he's like Val Kilmer's Batman.
Like Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face.
I remember watching the first Spider-Man, and I compared it to Nicholson's Joker. It was that kind of unhinged.
Yeah.
And he was having fun with it.
Yeah, and the stuff where he figures out who Peter is or whatever. It's you need to watch that Spider-Man movie again.
It's on Hulu. I think all three of them are on Hulu.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Don't watch the third one, though. It's terrible.
There's three of them?
I want to see Tom Holland fight a Norman Osborn, man. I really do.
I want to see a Norman Osborn balls deep in the MCU, like a Lex Luthor should be.
Yeah, fuck yes, man. Oh shit. Okay, so you introduce Norman Osborn in the next Spider-Man movie, and sometime between then and there, we got all the Skrull bullshit happening with Marvel and whatnot. You go Secret Invasion, S.H.I.E.L.D. falls, Norman Osborn takes over S.H.I.E.L.D. for like Phase 4 of the Marvel movies.
Sure.
You get Dark Reign.
Have a whole Dark Avengers. Why not?
And then there's this Black and Silver that he's going to be in.
I am closing that tab right now. Wonder Woman has crossed $800 million worldwide.
Nice.
It has made over $400 million domestically this year so far, making it the highest grossing superhero origin movie of all time.
That's
wow. That's cool.
So that doesn't count like It's currently $4 million behind Captain America: Civil War. It would need another $1 million on top of that to pass Iron Man 3, and then the top 4 above that are The Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises, Avengers, and Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Wow,
So
that's
did
cool.
it beat both Man of Steel and Batman v Superman then?
Oh yeah, by a
Nice.
long shot.
Good.
And
That's the best thing to happen from
be fair-
fucking that movie.
To be fair, Batman
Flashpoint.
Batman v Superman wasn't a superhero origin story, but still, it beat Batman v Superman. I think it beat Batman v Superman like week 4.
Yes, keep going. Right back.
And Patty Jenkins is in final talks to helm the sequel. Give her all the money that she wants. Give Gall all the money that she wants. Because she did not get paid well for the first one. Don't fuck around and make a great second one. Okay? Let's do that.
Yep. That's all we need to do. Just keep it up. Keep it up. Good guys. Good work. Keep doing it.
Yeah, and quit trying to fuck around with a Joker origin movie.
Yeah. Don't do that. That sounds bad.
Kelly, did you hear about CM Punk's new comic gig?
No, I hadn't.
CM Punk is set to write a one-shot of Marvel's new Shang-Chi.
You know what? I'm way into that.
It seems like it's up his alley. Kind of a outer tier Marvel character. It's got the kung fu aspect of it. You know, MMA, wrestling, lots of kicks here and there. So yeah, he'll be writing this while he's training for his next UFC fight.
Yeah, I like CM Punk. I like Shang-Chi. I did enjoy the Drax book Punk did, but like no one read it.
Yeah, which is weird because I feel like bringing him on was a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
Even if it was great, bringing him on was a publicity stunt, but I guess they just kind of overestimated how many comics that would sell, and
Yeah, it
Drax,
didn't translate to sales.
Drax on his own, even after Guardians, wasn't a huge draw. Maybe a Drax comic after Guardians 2, where
I don't think so.
no,
Just based off of our Guardians sales.
well, you know,
I'm back. Sorry, I'm back.
comic books.
Guardians sales as a whole kind of took a dive.
How about comic books as a whole?
Well, I mean, with the way metal's selling.
Lee, we're talking about CM Punk is going to be writing a Shang-Chi one-shot.
Ah, yes. I know that. I've honestly liked every Marvel book he's written.
Shang-Chi's Day Off. Part 1 of 1. Master of Kung Fu number 126. What? Number 126? Is that legacy numbering?
Yeah.
Because that first run was long.
Yeah, I kind
I
of
see.
hate everything.
1
I
through
thought I'd be down with
109.
the legacy, but it's actually very fucking irritating.
Yeah, no, Legacy's stupid.
1 through 109 was started in 74, and then 110 to 125 was in 71? And then...
He took over Special Marvel Edition.
Right, Special Marvel Edition.
Yeah,
I
I find
think
myself,
he picked up with issue 17, 18 maybe, around there.
but like every time I see something about like the previews coming out for, you know, such and such happens at X-Men number 438, I'm like, okay, when is that in reference to right the fuck now? Because right now that's on issue 9. Not sure what this is supposed to do exactly, other than annoy the fuck out of me. Whatever.
Well, Kelly, you brought it up, so let's talk about DC Metal and some comics. You like
The problem with comic books is the ink comes off on your hands. Every time you turn the page, you have to wash your hands.
so it's selling well, I assume.
It's selling like hotcakes.
Like
as they
fucking
would say.
hotcakes.
Hot cakes. Yeah, the last week I left the show early to go do the midnight release, and we had a great turnout. Had about 40 people show up. which is insane to me.
Did you guys have any like special like sales or giveaways or
Nope.
party hats or snacks?
Nope. Just sold the DC books for that week, and the first 25 people that bought something got a Batman metal lithograph, but we didn't really promote that at all because we didn't know that was happening.
Oh, thanks,
until
DC.
we opened the boxes.
So, man, it looks really cool. The book opens up with the Justice League on a new War Moon, like fighting Mongol, and they end up winning by using a Justice League Megazord.
That was sweet.
It's fucking cool. But then they get into all the shit about, the Nth metal and like following up on the casting and the Forge, and I got real confused. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
It truly is, as Snyder told me, Dark Crisis.
Yeah, because it's, they fucking busted out that multiverse map that the DC used as a promo thing a few years ago, and I'm like, oh shit, this is really happening. Like,
I gotta say, it's probably my favorite. Next to Black Mirror, right now it's my second favorite Snyder Batman thing.
It's
right up my alley. They're referencing fucking the evil bat god Barbados from Morrison's run.
Is that where that's from?
Actually, initially it's from a 3-issue story that Peter Milligan did in the 80s or early 90s called Dark City. Dark Knight, Dark City. And then Morrison took it and was like, I'm going to make it an actual thing instead of just the Riddler being insane.
And then they even got a little cameo spot from our favorite man, the Simpleton, Plastic Man.
Dick.
Again, for reasons I'm really not clear on.
No, but I'm into it. I like when they play with the DC universe at large like this. I like that there's the challenges of the unknown showing up.
Yeah. It's deep cut DC, and my DC knowledge is not near what my Marvel knowledge is. It goes Batman, and then everything else is second.
See, it's one thing. I love the crises and stuff like this because it does deal with DC's rich history, and I like having that there. And it's like, okay, you can just go back and read up on these guys, and that's cool.
Yeah, but I will say this is nowhere near as inaccessible as say, I don't know, any of Morrison's crises.
No, well, he's only done the one.
It felt like 7.
And oddly enough, I'd say Final Crisis is the most accessible compared to Infinite Crisis and Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Oh God, I actually you said Final Crisis, and I got a shiver down my spine.
Because let me tell you something, the original Crisis on Infinite Earths is just like reading a textbook.
Yeah. I didn't even finish it. I remember being younger and be like, oh, this is one of those books you're supposed to read. It's one of the greatest comic books ever. Oh God, I'm bored.
I like that book quite a bit, but I understand why people don't like it.
It was okay.
It fits into what I like in DC Comics, which is just dealing with the deep universe that they have. And it's the kind of stuff that Marvel's gotten away from in the past past decade or so. And it kind of bums me out because I like stuff like that, and why it's part of why I've switched more to DC. Well, that and their books are actually good, but
I'm on board. We'll see what happens next. I'm not about to write it off. But
did you see the preview images of the Batman Who Laughs?
Yeah, that's all pretty cool looking.
Dude looks scary as fuck.
Yeah,
but good buddy Justin pointed out to me, pretty much just Judge Death, but with a Batman cowl on.
That's fair.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until he said it, but I was like, oh shit, it is.
That's fair to say. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Speaking of, we got Batman 29 came out.
Oh, that was good.
It's we talk about it every time it comes out, that World of Jokes and Riddles, but it's what if Bruce Wayne, during the height of the war between the Joker and Riddler, had themselves a dinner party? And so it's Joker on one side of the table, Riddler on the other, Bruce Wayne in the middle, doing a 9-course French cuisine meal served by Alfred Pennyworth. It's excellent.
I loved just Bruce Wayne in this, where the bit where he's like, "Look, I don't give a shit about Batman. I'll just give one of you guys $1 billion and we can end this."
Yeah, which one's gonna win? You know, like but the pages are drawn really well, like framed wise, like just kind of paralleling Riddler and Joker and kind of what they do and how they're kind of handling things differently. Like the bit with the hostages, I thought was pretty great.
Yeah.
Where at the end, like, like, okay, I hope that you'll release the hostages, now that this thing's over, like you agreed to. And Riddler's like, oh yeah, of course, not animals. Joker just goes, I think I killed my hostages before we came here. I don't know, I'll check.
Yeah, I do love that when he's just like, I'll have to look when I get back to the hideout.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'm not sure. And then, so Bruce Wayne does ask them, like, hey, I'm going to give one of you $1 billion to fucking end this war. But you have to give me a reason, like, why you should be the one that gets to kill Batman. And, like, Riddler goes off on this big diatribe about how, like, Joker is really, at the end of the day, he's not interesting. And people, he wants people to think he's, damaged and this and that, and he's crazy. But there's really no there kind of thing. It's just really well-crafted monologue,
Yeah.
And then the next, they cut to Joker, and there's the exact same number of panels. And he just goes, I mean, I'm the Joker. He's the Riddler. And who gives a shit about the Riddler? It's so fucking funny. But even then, not funny enough to make him laugh, which is what this has all been about. Really, really good. Really, really good. And I gotta give fucking what's his nuts? Shit. What is it? Guy, the artist, Mikhail
Janin.
Yeah. This book comes out every 2 weeks, bi-weekly. No fill-in artist, man. This guy's been crushing it.
Yeah, it's been looking great.
Been looking great, and it's been all him. Like, it's fucking exceptionally good.
Though did he do the Kite Man issue?
You know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm wrong there. Yeah. Okay.
But even so, still, that's 3 issues in 2 months.
Yeah, it's kind of insane. Yeah, very good. Fuck. What else? So I read that Generations Wolverine, an all-new Wolverine, and I think I read the Hulk one. I read the Hulk one too a couple weeks ago. And
I read the Jean Grey one.
So between us, we've read them all, I think.
Yeah.
I'm very confused about what the fuck's happening here. Like,
yeah, I read it and I'm like, this is really pointless.
Yeah, like there's no context.
No.
To why these characters are getting to meet. And so, like, maybe there will be at the end of Secret Empire, at which case, put these fuckers out after Secret Empire.
I'm gonna bet there isn't.
Probably not. Unless, like, they magic whammy, cosmic cube them back to meet their old selves or something. I don't fucking know. But, like, regardless, like, this Wolverine was a fine story, but just there's no context.
No.
And that's a fucking bummer. Like, that's important. Like, you can't just beam someone back in time and, like, not give some kind of a hint as to why. Like, the fuck? What else? In Amazing Spider-Man, which is, like, one of the few Secret Empire tie-ins I'm reading, is because I've been reading that book forever. They all but appear to dissolve Parker Industries, Kelly. So
cool.
It might no longer be the Dime Store Iron Man book that you hate so much.
Sweet.
Yeah. But it was pretty great because you got Otto Octavius in his dope-ass new Hydra Octopus costume is raging war against, basically wants him to, like, take over the company that he built. And in that case, he's not wrong.
No, he's really not.
Which is like, this motherfucker is taking what I built and, like, turning it into shit, And so they're fighting on the wall, and, like, Peter does his fucking scorched earth policy. He's like, okay, guys, we kind of figured this to come one day, so let's just kickstart those viruses and wipe everything. We're done here. And Dr. Octopus is like, you fucking asshole. Like, he basically says, you can't let me have anything, you fuck. He's like, you are such a childish prick. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it quite a lot. And it is a pretty cool thing at the end where, Peter gets distracted to save the day, whatever, finds, the arms that are broken down in the mask. And it's like, well, shit. Only now do I realize I don't know what this fucker looks like. now, which is kind of cool because, Otto knows who he knows everything about him, but Peter doesn't even know what the fuck he looks like, which is kind of cool. What else? Venom 153, which might have been from 2 weeks ago. I don't remember, but it's that Stegron story where Venom teams up with Elba Dinosaur to fight Stegron, and it was fucking cool.
Yeah, it was, because Stegron's the best.
And I do like how Gerardo Sandoval draws Venom a lot. Like, I always liked his artwork. He's perfect for this Venom book. He's excellent.
Yeah, he really is.
Perfect. But, like, there's some scenes where he's just kind of standing around talking to Moon Girl, because Devil Dinosaur is under the control of Stegron the Dinosaur Man, because fucking obviously, right? And they stay away from the tongue, right? They don't do a lot of the big whippy tongue stuff. But, he's got this giant, like, rictus grin while having a conversation with a tiny girl, which I thought was purely delightful. I don't know why. A little thing like that made me really happy. Yeah, fucking more of that, man. I hope they have a very long run on this book. This is really cool. It's really fun. I like it a lot. And it looks like, if I'm reading this right, Eddie is going to use a secret invasion, the Skrull invasion, to clear his name, which is kind of awesome. It's kind of a great move. Let's see, and then last thing I'll talk about is I read the first 2 issues of Oni's Rick and Morty miniseries, Pocket Like You Stole It.
How is that?
It's fucking great. Like, it's basically like, Rick and Morty. It's comics set in the world of Pocket Mortys. So you got like, our kind of, Prime Morty running on trying to free a bunch of other Mortys because, what's happening to them is barbaric. And there seemed like a bit where, like, he runs into, flies in my eyes, Morty, trying to lead him out, but he's blind, it doesn't work. And he finds refuge at the home of Crazy Cat Rick. His Mortys aren't fighting. He's just taking very good care of them because he loves them so much. Fucking great. Really, really funny. Really good. If you play Pocket Mortys, you should check it out. It's pretty great. And there's even a bit where they talk about how, like, the Rick that first started the idea of fighting Mortys was a fighter himself. The Ricks were having to fight, and he got the idea from a mobile phone game about how to turn the tables on its captors. So I'm like, all right, that's fucking clever. That is hell, but it's a lot of fun. Fuck, man, I like the Rick and Morty comics in general. They're pretty good. Yeah, that's all I got. We're talking about. What you got, Kelly? Anything else?
I'm trying to think. Nothing stands out from single comics, but the 4th volume of Dark Horse's presentations are reprints of the manga I Am a Hero came out, and that is probably the best zombie comic coming out right now.
Oh, okay.
And there's 2 bits that I really liked in this collection. One of them is the people are starting to be able to see, like, with how the zombies act, you can kind of get clues on who the people were before they died and became zombies. Like, one dude's just running around, like, just trying to do, like, high jumps and shot putting shit.
Whoa.
Because he used to be a triathlete.
Holy shit, dude. This looks amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Oh my god, this art is nuts.
And so there's one bit where this kid who so all these people are living on top of a shopping mall right now because the zombies can't get them up there. And they're watching this dude. Every now and then he'll try and jump, and they're like, oh, he's getting closer. But at one point, this woman has a kid with her, and the kid falls off the roof and lands on the ground. This dude comes out of nowhere, picks up the kid, and just fucking shot puts him.
Oh, God.
They're like, oh, shit. And then he just jumps up on the roof.
That's fucked up.
And then by the other just part that made me laugh out loud in the book was this girl's trying to escape, and she finally has like an opening to do it, and her car, she knows where her car is parked. She's gonna go get there, and she goes to the parking garage, gets on top near the top floor where her car is, and there's this other dude from the camp who's just sitting there, just like looking out the ledge, And he turns, and you see he's got like these veins going up his face, and that kind of means he's starting to turn. And then you just look at the sound effect things, and it just goes fap, 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 fap. And you look, and he's just jerking off.
Jesus Christ!
And so it one last time.
And he's just like, "Hey, what's up?"
He's like, you know what? I'm not dying with full balls.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" He's like, "You ever think about like just how great everything feels?" It's like, man, everything's great. He starts, his brain is just malfunctioning. He just keeps saying things, and like there's just random quotes from like movies and shit in there too. And then she's like, "Yeah, that's cool. Could you not do that in front of me?" And then he just keeps going, and you just see blood start to pour out of his hand, and he just rips his dick off and throws it on the ground.
Oh,
as he becomes like a full zombie.
Sounds like a Dwayne Reed in New York.
They made a movie on it.
Yeah, I really need to watch that. But yeah, I highly recommend I Am a Hero. It's very good. The first couple, like the first volume, is really interesting because you couldn't be working with a more unreliable narrator, in that you're not entirely sure if your main character's crazy or not.
Huh.
Because he's not entirely crazy. He's like, we've all met a dude like him where he's functional, but every now and then you're reminded, oh, you're an insane person. Like, this dude is just constantly worried about his safety and just does these weird little rituals in his room where he lines up all this, like, a bunch of things that make him feel safe and stuff, and his thoughts on women aren't very good either.
Jesus Christ.
But he becomes our hero, and he's like obsessed with the idea that one day he's like, you know what, I'm gonna be a hero. It's like, that's what I'm gonna do someday. And also, he's one of the very few people in Japan that has a gun, because
That comes in handy.
He's a sportsman. And that's one of my favorite things about the book, is how careful he is with the gun. Like, normally in zombie books, you just see dudes popping guys with guns constantly. And everyone's, telling him, like, oh, shoot him. He's like, no, it's not safe right now. He's like, I could hit you when I discharge the...
That's great.
And, like, he's constantly worried. He's like, well, what if I shoot it, and then when everything goes back to normal, I get in trouble with the police?
That's fucking great.
Yeah, I highly recommend I Am a Hero.
All right, I'll check it out. That sounds fucking great. What you got going on, Knize? You watch anything cool? What's happening?
No, but I know, Lee, you saw it, but Jose, did you see John Jones got popped for steroids?
What a fuck.
Who would have thought?
And I just want to read off these two tweets real quick that made me laugh. John Jones got popped for steroids. He said that he's shocked and had no idea there were steroids in his cocaine. And then, when I die, I want John Jones to lower my casket so he can let me down one last time.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Oh. Like I said, if it turns, if that stands, like, and it's legit, like, I think he's done.
Of course. Like, that is way too many second chances. But then, like I said, if he didn't do steroids, they have to reevaluate their testing procedures.
Yeah.
But, signs point to he probably took steroids.
God, what a fucking dummy.
It's a shame because it was such a huge victory and a
graceful victory almost.
And he had a future ahead of him. He had Brock ahead of him. They could still fight. I mean, they can just have an unsanctioned
WrestleMania.
Just fucking roided up. Let's see who gets more roided. Fuck it.
I think I know who could get more roided. You want to fight Brock Lesnar in a who can get roided fight?
You want to outroid that guy?
Oh, speaking of like
watching SummerSlam lately, I think lately now more than ever, when Brock gets super pink, super strawberry, his hair and his eyebrows glow.
They do.
Because they are so white, so blonde compared to the rest of his pink body. And it made me think that Brock reminds me of Winter from War of the Planet of the Apes.
Aww.
Right?
Yeah. No, you're not wrong.
Let me find a picture.
1,000%.
Kelly, did you see War for the Planet of the Apes?
I haven't.
Winter is a albino gorilla.
That's fucked up.
Who is a fucking traitor.
Oh, that's fucking great. Anything, Jose? All right. Now you mute your mic. Good call. Good call. This is the appropriate time to mute your microphone, not during the break.
Well, he didn't mute his mic during the break, but at least there wasn't anything.
But I hit mute. That's what I get.
There wasn't anything.
Break,
I
hit mute.
Okay.
And I even got up and walked away. I come back and it's not muted. I'm like, I don't get it.
Well, at least I wasn't hearing anything coming from your mic, but I didn't notice the mute symbol on your picture.
Well,
No big deal. It's all right. It's all
we're
right.
gonna get you, Samaritan. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Nope.
Like, no, you don't.
Person of interest thing.
I was workshopping some titles for this episode since last week you decided, Jose, that every podcast needs a title now. And the title I pitched in the chat was Old Enough to Be Her Father.
I like it. I like it.
That's good.
You got to keep that in mind in future episodes, Jose.
Watson cocksuckers.
Maybe not.
How about what I said in our Popcast chat? Top 15 reasons I can only come to pictures of Norman Osborn.
I posted a picture of Winter from War of the Planet of the Apes in the Popcast chat, and Kelly says, "No, that's Brock. That's just Brock." You posted a picture of Brock with monkeys behind him.
Oh, that's great. Oh, so good. So good. All right, yeah. Let's see, fucking quality show. I will not be here next week.
Where you going?
I'm going to Las Vegas.
Whoa!
Gonna go get hitched.
I'm very excited about it.
You should go get hitched. I said that last week.
The kids are out of school next week, and they're going to visit their grandparents. And at first, we were like, "Oh my god, it's gonna be great. Let's just fucking hang out and chill. And we'll watch Netflix all fucking week." And then at some point,
Oh, you guys go to Netflix and chill?
we're thinking about it, and they're like, "You know what? Fuck that. They're gonna be gone. Like gone. Let's go on a fucking trip. Let's go somewhere, do something." And then somehow that transformed into, "Oh shit, let's go to Vegas."
Vegas and chill, baby.
And we got that Southwest credit card, so we've been earning up points like crazy. So we're gonna go. We got 2 round trip tickets to Las Vegas for $22.
Wow.
That means you guys can afford all kinds of hookers and blow.
We are going to go to the Michael Jackson Cirque du Soleil show.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
And I think we're gonna go to the Cheetahs Club, which is the strip club where they shot showgirls, because it's still very much open, very much
You
active.
need to go to the Bunny Ranch.
That's a very different.
Yeah.
Let's not fuck around. Yeah,
But
you only got 1 week.
that's very true. But do you guys want to take a wild fucking guess who you may run into if you go visit Cheetahs in Las Vegas?
Virgil.
Chester Cheetah.
Cheetahs is currently owned and operated by WWE Hall of Famer The Godfather.
Oh,
That was, oddly enough, that was my second guess.
Yeah.
You know what Val Venus is doing?
He's a medical marijuana guy.
Yeah, he's running.
I
a
can totally see
dispensary.
that. Do you know why he had a job for so long with the company?
Well,
He
why?
was their weed guy.
No, because he and Vince shared a love of boats.
Oh, they're both professional boaters?
Yeah, and Vince just kept him around because he liked to talk about boats with him.
Or should the title of the episode be Professional Boaters?
I love a boating.
Twats and cocksuckers.
Oh, that's nuts.
Yeah, but he was probably the guy that got him all the weed, too. Let's not take away the importance of the guy that has to give you the weed.
I just think it's interesting that how long ago did Zoe start school? Like, her first day of school was...
Oh, God, like 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. And they're already going on vacation. What are they, fucking convention organizers?
No, that is very much a function of this area, okay? Like this county in particular. Because my town hosts the Tennessee National Walking Horse Celebration.
The walking horses, yes.
Yeah, and like their big thing. It was a huge deal when I was younger. It's a lot less of a big deal now, but it's still a big enough deal that people come from all over the place, and they close the school down that week because so many people take vacations. And like back in the day, we were just flooded with fucking tourists.
It was the same thing.
There's horses walking everywhere.
It was the same thing in Kissimmee.
That exciting to look at, Kelly. You're not wrong.
Wait, do the horses just walk on 2 feet? Is that why it's special?
It's
they're just walking like people? Like, this is the 1 week, guys. We can do it. We put on pants. We can just walk like people all week.
The reason it's special is because when they're like their full fucking whatever, up all 4 feet are off the ground at the same time. That's what makes it special.
That's called floating. Those are floating horses.
Y'all see the Pegasus?
I don't fucking know. It's never surprise, not really been my scene. But yeah, that's why they tend to go back.
It's gotta be a terrifying week for you.
Oh, it's awful. Yeah, but
he's going fucking deep into the motherland and getting away from all the water.
The motherland.
Giant fucking giant horse flies from Saudi Arabia show up and shit like that. And just when I was in high school, one of our big fundraisers for the marching band was we had like a concession booth at the horse show grounds, and like everyone's required to go and put in their time, whatever. And I'm like, guys, I might die. And they're like, you fucking sling those cookies, fuck boy. And I'm like, but I might actually die. Can I at least stay inside? Please? So, yeah.
Meanwhile, horses are walking around with their jackets on, and got a newspaper under its arm, a hat in his hand.
Barnaby, what is wrong with the cookie salesman?
Appears to be hyperventilating.
Should we go scare him with a little here?
I do believe his windpipe is constricting as we speak. But yeah, I'm gonna be in Vegas next week. I'm very excited about it.
Cool.
Should we help him? Oh, here's a little horse homer for you. Nay.
Solid.
Well, okay, boys. Usually, if Lee's not going to be here, I would have taken the opportunity to take a week off. But next Sunday is the fantasy football draft. So maybe
this is the best week to do all football all day.
Yeah. Maybe we need to have a pop fantasy football show without Lee.
I remember like last year, I was just like, man, I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna study. I haven't done shit.
Gino, what pick you got, Gino?
What time is the draft?
I will have to look at that. I'm not sure.
Because I might not be able to even make it.
7?
Shit, if that's 7,
wink.
I can't.
No, it's 5.
We had the opportunity to shoot a convention this weekend, but we canceled it because of the fantasy football draft. Not really.
I'm going to some kind of retro video game night after work on next Sunday.
Sweet, bro.
I'm excited. This place that's called like Make Sense, where they just sell all kinds of crazy video game shit. They're closing down their entire strip mall parking lot to run this huge event all day.
You better bring your phone and find some Wi-Fi, dog.
Or set your auto draft, homie.
I'm probably going to just end up setting auto draft, because I will be able to draft at work if it's running then, because then I can just fuck around on the computer and then go do work stuff and then come back when it's my turn to pick.
Well, tell them you need to work from 5 to 7.
Oh, I'm already bored.
Oh wait, that's 4 to 6 for me, which is perfect. I'm working then. All right.
Nice. You should let the cat pick one of your players.
Dude, I'll totally let the cat pick some of my players. Who knows what's up?
So I look forward to all that fantasy football news on the plane ride home.
Oh, yeah.
Meow Jones in the 4th round.
Boo, stop picking Bengals.
I got a Jaguar. I got a Bengal.
Panthers is a football team, right?
Panther.
Yep. I could actually probably make a solid cat team. Can we do that as a stipulation? No one else is allowed to pick cat players, only me?
Gotta ask Tito.
Yeah, talk to Teets.
I can be the Milwaukee Meow Meows.
Love it.
All right, so yeah, come back next week for that. I won't be here, but they will be. Be fun. Good stuff.
Probably.
Maybe Tito want to talk about that fucking nonsense he's doing.
Don't stay in Florida, baby.
Next week we'll talk about more women who I'm too old for.
Which that list gets longer every day.
It does.
Proud father Jason Knize
every
talks
second
about the women he likes.
Yeah, once in a while, like you hit the Pornhub and you look around and go, no, that girl is way too young. Nope, too young. Sweet spot.
I'm gonna make you some porn videos that aren't really porn. It's just like POV, but you're just doing nice dad things like giving them gifts.
I need a porn video where the chick is paying her mortgage.
Yeah.
Yeah, all your porns are like bank themed.
Oh no, you're helping the girl buy a car.
Oh no! Now that's the thing. That I believe is like a really niche subgenre right now that I bet is fucking booming. Because people are weirdos. Oh yeah, I'm done. I gotta go pee. So we're gonna wrap this thing up.
Right,
email us popcast@PanelsOnPages.com.
The money shot is you telling her you're proud of her.
616-951.
Oh, I'm so proud.
For Jason Knize, Jose Guzman, and this sadistic son of a bitch. And the Lord
Knize.
We'll see you guys next week. Love you. Good night and goodbye.
wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good, though.
It could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey, boo!
Boo! Boo!